Second cast after lunch. Switched to the Egan's Red Dart. And there we go. Maybe it's picking up. This was right in front of where I've been eating and drinking coffee and just chilling. Let's get him in the water. Yeah, that's good. He threw the fly out. I like to see that. All right, buddy. Come on. Oh, there we go. Went through the net. All right, good sign. Feel energized now. Got a big meal. Had some coffee. Got a nice little brown on the second cast. How good is that? It's a good run here. See if you got another one through here. Bow. It's probably not good that the beer spewed on my pants out here in the Smoky Mountains, but oh well. Long day, but a good day. A lot of fun today. It was super hot this morning. You know, constantly getting hits. Landed, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the first hour and a half. And then went dead. I mean, completely dead. It just kept going on and on and on, switching out flies, dry dropper, straight dry, you know, changing nymphs. You know, water was consistent all the way through, but went dead. stopped and ate, relaxed for a good hour, hour and a half. I was pretty tired. Immediately, right after that, it was probably 2-ish, 1:30, 2. Bam, they started hitting. And throughout the evening, yeah, it just kept going on. You know, I fished up after lunch for another couple hours, I guess. Then I got out of the creek, walked up the trail, came back to the campsite just for a few minutes, just to relax, because after eating lunch, a good hot meal that is, and some coffee, I was ready to go. I picked up some more firewood, took that opportunity, you know, grabbed some firewood and so forth, and then I went back out. Well, I hiked down the trail downstream for 10 minutes, then jumped into the water, and bam, bam, bam. I think I landed 5, 6, I don't know, I kind of lost count. So yeah, great afternoon, and we're just chilling here by the fire now. Worked hard to get it going good and hot quickly, and I split up some of that fat pine. I got a pile of them here that I grabbed this morning actually, and I piled those up, and then I just split them with my new toy. Actually, it was a Christmas gift. This knife is a beast. Didn't know too much about this brand, but now my son-in-law got it for Christmas, and so thank you, John. I've used it a little bit before, but today I used it actually yesterday and today. I mean, it's so solid, real thick at the top, super sharp. I used it to split these fat pine knots. So, with a rock on the top of it, yeah, exactly what I needed. A heavy-duty knife to take out here, because I'm certainly not going to bring an axe or a hatchet. You know, I'm never going to carry that in. You know, I bring this light folding saw in here. This is a game changer here. This saw here, my wife got this for me 2 Christmases ago. Folds up, and it's great. That's how I'm able to get some good firewood. But I mentioned yesterday that yesterday was the day after Hurricane Debbie. I mean, this tropical storm when it came to North Carolina. But so I was originally planning on leaving after work around 4 o'clock on Thursday, but it rained all night Wednesday night, all day Thursday, and the forecast was showing, you know, all night Thursday night. My wife is in Louisiana, visiting her dad, so I was like, yeah, with a storm, constantly had tornado warnings and tornado watch, I don't think I should leave the house and leave it with this storm. So, because the weather was perfect here. I mean, I wasn't worried about it. I had to drive through some rain probably for a couple of hours, but closer I got here to the Smokies, it was going to be just fine. So I left, I think I left my house 7-ish, something like that. So yeah, what I planned on doing is staying in a campground, you know, real close to this trail, and then, you know, get up at the campground, and I would have been here probably 9 o'clock, you know, because I'd have got up early. I'd have been here at the campsite probably about 9, easy. But anyway, that's the way it goes, you know. So I can tell you, last night I was tired. After driving a little over 5 hours to get here, and then hiking in, fishing for 2.5, 3 hours, getting firewood, setting everything up. Yeah, I slept well last night. So one of the things I wanted to do for this trip is I wanted to actually catch and cook over the campfire. You know, researching this creek, it has a high abundance of you know, wild brown and wild rainbow, and I think you can keep anything over 7 inches, and creel limits 5 a day. So I was actually going to, you know, cook. I love trout. Just cook right over the campfire. But what I do it a lot of times for the hatchery supported waters. You know, if I'm, you know, dispersed camping or camping at my vehicle, I'll go catch up some trout and then cook them over the campfire. I'll never do that with the native brookies, but yeah, the wild brown and the wild rainbow out here, that's what I was planning on doing. Been reading on the Smoky Mountains website, they do a lot of good posting of trail closures and bear activity. So I'm not going to tell you the campsite number I'm at. Some of you will probably recognize it. But the next campsite over is closed. I think it might be 3 miles, pretty much dead north. Not on the trail that goes here, another trail, I think. But it's closed because of bear activity. And when I was coming into the area, I stopped in and at a ranger station and just touch base, just make sure I knew where to park. And I mean, I have a parking permit here for the Smokies, but just wanted to make sure, you know, I was good. And I said, hey, I see this I'm staying at this campsite, but the next one down is closed because of bear activity. And she said, yeah, they had a aggressive bear in that area. So, you know, didn't you know, attack anyone or anything like that, but people were camping at the site and they went out, you know, hiking and whatnot for the day, and they came back and there was a bear in their campsite, and took their camping chair and was just tearing it up. So, but anyway, with that, probably, I think it's like 3 miles away. I actually looked at that campsite because I considered that one. And then it was funny, you know, the night before it was, I looked and it was closed. So, needless to say, if I'm cooking fish, you know, obviously I'd clean them, you know, at the creek, you know, wherever that is. But if I'm cooking fish over here with that oily, yeah, that would not have been good. I mean, because of that, I usually just burn my trash for a freeze-dried meal because it burns really well, and I still may burn it tonight. But I didn't burn any food paper or anything last night. I didn't want to risk, you know, that extra strong smell or if there's any residue or anything. But yeah, that's one of the things about the Smokies. There's so many people come, and people are stupid. I'll tell you how stupid people are. So when I came here yesterday, which was kind of nice, somebody piled up a whole bunch of twigs on top of here. I guess they just left it for the next person, right? Which was really, really nice. It made it easy to start. But in the center of that was a ketchup packet. It hadn't been opened. Thank goodness it hadn't been opened. But there was a ketchup packet in there. Needless to say, I took it out of there, stuck it in my Ziploc trash bag. And, but I mean, that's so stupid. That's why you got a bear problem in campsites and stuff, because just people are stupid. You know, they leave stuff around, spill food. I hate that. I mean, there's actually some paper here at this campsite. I mean, it's crazy. So, needless to say, I will pick it up before I leave. All right. Need to put some more wood on the fire. It is super hot cold, so pretty much anything I got down here is gonna burn. I got some cut up some more stuff here. So last night it was nothing but bed of coals right before I went to sleep. I built a cabin on top of this with this big wood out here. So the big wood here, so it would dry out on top of it. So some of it kind of cold on the side, but yeah, that stuff ought to burn really well. Good long, dense, good long burning fire. That wood's really dense. So anyway, I'm gonna put some more wood on this fire, and I'm getting a little hungry. And cook some dinner and relax for the evening. Alright, so y'all have heard me talk, how good peak refuel meals are. I mean, I've tried 6 or 7 different kinds, and all of them have been just excellent. Decided to try Alpine Air. Those are actually good. I've tried 3 different kinds, and I've rebought already. Those are really good. They're actually a little bit cheaper, so if you're a budget kind of person, those are anywhere from $2 to $5 cheaper if you find them on sale. But I got a Mountain House one. I've had this for well over a year. Italian style pepper steak. It's actually excellent. So I've had a couple of other, 2 or 3 other Mountain House meals, and I just didn't like them. They didn't have a whole lot of flavor, missing a lot of seasoning. I don't even remember which ones they were. That just lets you know. But I will remember this one, and I will eat it again. I did have a salt packet I added to it, but it still had enough salt and seasoning in it. If I didn't have the salt packet, hey, it still would have been very good. I still would get it again. So I'll add this to the mix, and the steak, the pepper steak, the boiling water really brought it back to life. It's good and chunky. It's not like ground beef. It's like actually, I guess you'd say, like beef jerky that you put water in it and it's good and thick. But what's nice about it, it's got rice and it's got tomato in it. And I think that's why it's so good. And peppers and tomatoes, and yeah, it's really good. So if you've never tried Mountain House Italian style peppered steak, it's very good. And it's definitely got the Italian, the tomato and stuff. So very good. It's actually got a lot of steak in it. You're not gonna be able to see that because of the light, but it's good. My last summer shandy. I always bring 4 beers in. Yeah, it's extra weight and it's kind of a pain in the butt, but 2 in each of the pockets where you can hold water in my backpack. Dunk them in the creek. 2 each night. I usually do 2 nights for these backcountry trips. So, and the creek's always cold enough, that's for sure. Of course, it's not like a refrigerator, but it's not far off. I usually bring some juicy IPAs. I like the lower in alcohol content and flavor of the juicy IPAs, but when they got the summer shandy in the store, yeah, that's such a refreshing from Lion Cougar. Really good. I like the grapefruit shandy they do, but I haven't seen it in the store. you know, here this summer. So I assume they still make it, just not distributing it down in the Carolinas, I guess. Or at least not in the grocery stores. Anyway, finish this up, and plenty of firewood. I have some big old fires tonight. I just loaded it up with some heavy duty thicker wood, and I put some small stuff around it, so it's gonna be blazing here shortly. Hey, good morning. Bright sunny day in the Smoky Mountains. So finishing up a cup of coffee here, and it's actually 10 o'clock. So when I called it a night last night, I was like, I think I'm just gonna make it a lazy morning and pack up on out of here and not challenge this small creek that I've been camping on. You know, yesterday I mentioned that I hiked up and gathered some firewood early in the morning, and scoped it out a little bit. And the higher you get, the better chance there is to get some native brookies. So I hadn't fished it at all. So I didn't get up till 9:15 today. So yeah, slept really well. And I woke up about daylight, and I was like, okay, I'll get up in a few minutes. And then 2 hours later, it's 9:15. So, but I feel good now. So I'm just gonna throw my wading boots on, hook up my 7.5 foot rod, and I'm not gonna even put my contacts in because it's so dark and canopy. Put my polarized glasses on. It's just too dark. I know a lot of the fishing that I've done most of this weekend, I couldn't even have the glasses on because the canopy was so thick. Just a few areas where the sun was shining in on the water that I put them on. So yeah, I'm just gonna hike up there real quick and probably hike about 30 minutes. That should probably put me close to 3,000 feet, and then see what I get into. Goals to land one brookie and call it quits. I'm gonna put on my most productive fly. You know, might be most productive because I fish it a lot. I tied up some Yellow Sally stimulators when I went to the Smokies last year, and it was insane at how successful that fly was as a dry dropper and just a standalone. And I've used it in Pisgah. I had it on yesterday in the morning, so I'm just gonna throw it on and just see what I get into. You know, hopefully land me a little brookie, and then call it a day with the Appalachian slam. So anyway, I'll check back in when I'm on the creek. All right, my 15-minute walk brought me to 2,600 roughly. And I came to some waterfalls, and then it's like, all right, here we go. I need to get above the waterfalls. So I've been hiking another 10 minutes, and it's brought me up to just over 2,800 feet. But the trail goes away from the creek. It doesn't go back and just keeps going. That's when it gets steep. I'm actually soaking wet now. That extra 200 plus feet from the 2,600 to over 2,800. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the falls, see if there's some little side trail or some way to get above it. And no doubt the brookies will be above that, but they might be below it. This is very, very small. But good adventure, just trying to figure out, what's the best place to catch a brookie. All right, doing a little bushwhacking to get down to the creek here. You can hear some good roaring water, so I figure there were some good pools here. So I mentioned earlier that I hiked up, but the trail gets away from the creek, goes up really high, but I'm gonna just rock hop up through the creek here, get back up to those falls. You know, it's about 2,600 here, and they're really small, so There may be some brookies here. Let's hope there is. I'm sure there's some bows. Hopefully not any browns that's been eating all the brookies. So we'll see. There we go! Oh! Oh, I'm too excited. That's probably a little too loud. Even the fish can hear that underwater. Oh well, that was good. That was aggressive. Seeing that kind of aggressiveness, I hope that's a brookie. Let's see if he gives me another shot. He was on there for about a second or two. Alright, I got the yellow Sally with a hare's ear blowing. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot harder to cast. In these tight quarters with double flies on here. We'll see. Yeah, just like that can be a problem. I see one down there. That's the one that just hit it. Let's see if I can stay back here. Let's see if he wants it again. I see he's right in the middle. There he is! Oh. He's still there. He didn't go anywhere. He did not go anywhere. He's definitely feeding. You can see the way he's swimming. I went right over him and he just went straight up. Yeah. Nothing like a spot, a stalk and catch. Let's see. Boy, he's still fluttering there. I don't know what he is. I can't tell. It bothered him that time. It came over his head and he moved. He's still there. Really light. Try to get further ahead of him. Alright, let's try back again later. Alright, we got some good pools up that should fit some good dry fly fishing here. So I switched up to the thunderhead. Known for being a good fly in the Smokies. I know I was up here about a year ago, different place, and my buddy Mike landed quite a few with the thunderhead. So let's see how it goes. that was a cool thing. So up above all that, I don't know if this camera does it justice, but it's pretty, it's not too steep. It's walls are covered heavy with moss. So easy grip there. Easy grip. But there's a bunch of deadfall up there, so climbing on the deadfall, crossing over everything, there's a beautiful pool back there. So brook you cast into it, sunshine into it, really nice size, I don't know if it's a brown or a brook. Likely it's a brook, because this is probably, it's pushing 3,000 feet, I think about 2,800 maybe. Really large. Once I spotted it, I threw about 2 or 3 casts in front of it, and then he moved a little bit, and I threw another one in the riffles, and he came up like a missile and hit it. I mean, it didn't hook him at all. I mean, he hit it like a missile, come through the sun. Man, what a beautiful shot that was. You know, I think I'm gonna keep him for another day. It's approaching 2 o'clock. Got to get back home. I got to go to work tomorrow. I got my day job, then I got about a 5-hour drive. Plus, I got to pack everything up first and hike out about a mile and a half. So it'll probably be close to 10 o'clock before I get home tonight. But hey, that's all right. Be able to come up here, play hard, let's call it. Not work hard, play hard. Have a good old time. Scope out some new water. So, you know, I'll be able to come up through here. I don't know how much further I can go, but, you know, studying this creek before I came on the map, I mean, it looks pretty decent size, you know, about what I've been fishing here. Yeah, the brookies, I think the brookies are definitely up there, that's for sure. So fun time here, but I'm going to call it quits. I could go back up there, switch out some other flies, because that pool is probably 5 feet deep, but he came up from the bottom. He came up good 3 to 4 feet. Anyway, I'll keep you for another day. I'll pack it up and start heading back. I'm pretty hungry. I'd like to get a good bite to eat at the campsite before I head on out. Anyway, hey, if you're just coming along for the first adventure, thanks for joining. Many more in the future, and if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel. We'll see where things take us from here. We'll check in later in the day before I drive on out of here. All right, campsite's cleaned up. 1.5 miles back to the Jeep, and the weekend's over with. Great weekend, loved it out here. Good experience, good fishing, good campsite. All around, couldn't have been any better. Till the next adventure, take care.